Saul, the Stoic medium. I'll be leading your service today. And today we will be doing a meditation followed by a guided healing visualization, after which we will do a couple of announcements. I'll tell you about our the series we're doing for the month of November, after which we will do an absence. I will open the floor to any kind of questions you've got, and you can ask about me, your spiritual growth and development. It is not an opportunity to sneak in an additional message. Then we will do an absence healing service. After the absence healing service, we will offer each of you a message from our spirit guides and teachers for your highest and best good. So that's the agenda. And take a deep breath. And as you take a deep breath, if you know Reverend Bradley's request, please say it along. I'm going to mute everyone, so the next time you want to say something, you'll have to unmute yourself. Open, O blessed Spirit, the spiritual eyes of my soul, that I may be released from the darkness overspreading me by the delusions of the outward senses, that I may perceive and understand those things spiritual. We'll do 5 minutes of focused concentration, followed by 5 minutes of silence. Release your image and drift down into silence. Complete your meditation And as you complete your meditation, remain in a quiet place of receptivity, a place of thinking tranquility, a place I like to call the eye of the storm, where the chaos of the world is at arm's length, but more importantly, the tempest of your mind is quiet. Your thinking is quiet. Your emotions are quiet. You can accurately and properly see what's happening around you as your mind reflects reality rather than what you think is so. It's in this place, this eye of the storm, where healing occurs, where awareness is infinite, where the only thing that exists is now, here, this moment. And in this healing place, this safe, protected place, we're going to heal our body by reminding our spirit self of what harmony is. And what we'll do is put our hands about 6 or 8 inches apart in front of us. And as you do, you'll notice there's a slight energy between your hands. That's your aura C, the color aura, interacting with one another. Your awareness is experiencing your vibrations, the essence of you between your hands. And as this becomes more real, more palpable, I want you to change the color from nothing, pure energy, to brilliant white light, a healing luminescence, a bright orb, if you will, held between your hands, projected by your mind, the most brilliant white you've ever seen or experienced in your life. This is pure energy. It's the combination of all healing vibrations. It will reorder the makeup of your spirit body. It will remove any disharmony from your spirit body. It will re-energize and revitalize, reinvigorate your spirit body. And by so doing, remind your physical body of its genetic perfection. Now that you have this healing white orb, this healing luminescence between your hands, I want you to make it weigh about a pound. And a pint of water weighs a pound. So if you've held a pint of water in your hands before, you know about what a pound weighs. So now you've got this brilliant white healing luminescence, which we've made more real, more tangible, by making it weigh a pound. Very good. Next, I'd like you to take your hands and move them to the top of your head. And as you move them to the top of your head, keep them together, holding this healing luminescence, this healing orb. And I want you to direct the palms of your hand towards your scalp. And as you place your hands on the top of your scalp, release this ball into your head and return your hands to a comfortable position. Now inside the top of your head is a brilliant white healing luminescence. And we're going to release this healing energy to flow from the very top of our head all the way down to the soles of our feet. It will do so directed by your mind with the intention of revitalizing, re-energizing, and reharmonizing your spirit, removing any disharmony from your essence, from your vibration, as it drifts down towards your eyes and your sinuses, into the roof of your mouth, into the large muscles of your jaw, relaxing, restoring, rehabilitating your physical body as it drifts down into your neck and throat. Beginning the process of returning resilience and flexibility to your spine as it moves down into your shoulders, relaxing all of those large muscles, fortifying, re-energizing, revitalizing your spirit body, this brilliant white healing luminescence. If you were to see yourself in a camera, you would notice that there's a glow about you as this brilliant white healing luminescence flows down into your arms, your upper chest, or your upper back, relaxing all those muscles, restoring your vital energy in your spirit, removing everything that is not the true essence of you, your true vibration, your spirit self, as it moves towards your elbows, your diaphragm, the middle part of your back, healing, restoring, removing any and all blemishes, disharmony, vibrations you do not wish to have there as it moves into your forearms, into your abdomen, towards your hips and pelvis, your lower back. Relaxing all the large muscles, restoring harmony, reminding your body of what perfection is as it flows into your hips and into your upper legs, out your hands. Notice fog disappearing. Notice any and all discomfort disappearing as it flows into your knees, through your lower legs towards your ankles, past your ankles into your feet, and out the soles of your feet and your toes. From the top of your head to the soles of your feet, you are completely and totally engulfed in this healing white brilliance, this healing luminescence, this white energy, healing energy, combination of all healing vibrations, restoring your vital energy, recharging your chi, topping off your batteries. Next, please take a moment and scan your body from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet and see if there's any place you'd need a little extra TLC, a little extra smoothing out, a little extra recharge. And take a moment and allow your mind to direct the healing energies of the universe, this healing white luminescence, to that area, to smooth out any disharmony, to remove from your awareness anything you prefer not to have in your vibration. Very good. And as we take this energy directed and created by our mind and make it solid and real, manifest in the material world, please follow along with these affirmations. I am well. I am healthy. I am greatly loved. I produce right meditation. I engage in right thought. I take right action. I cause good karma. I am the one. I am enough. I deserve happiness. I am well. I am healthy. And as you take a deep breath in, together we say, and so it is. And in your own time, open your eyes, allow yourself to get present here now in this moment. Reconnect with each other on Zoom. A reminder that that is a practice you can do before going to sleep each night. So lay down in bed, and as you lay down in bed, really create this energy ball and practice making it solid and real. Then put it into your body and allow it to dissolve throughout your whole beingness and heal after saying the affirmations, and allow your body to stay in that harmony, in that future you just created for yourself. All right. So this week has been one of those fascinating weeks because we've had Mr. Yeager with us all week, and dealing with an extra little entity in the house has been interesting and fun. And I've been struggling with what the heck to talk about for our spiritual lessons. And I've been delving deep into my own, I'm technically a person who's a highly sensitive male, and an empath and a psychic and a medium and a healer and all of these things. But what the heck do all of those things mean? And all of a sudden, yesterday was Halloween. And not only was it Halloween, though, we got to set the clocks back. So it's like, yay, we get to make up that hour of sleep. But it had dawned on me that Halloween is like the opening day for the holiday season. Right now we've got Halloween, and then next is Thanksgiving, and after Thanksgiving we have Christmas and all the different holidays, and then we go into the New Year's. So it gets kind of crazy times, and especially for people who are sensitive. And this year, not only do we have the holidays steamrolling towards us, we also have a pandemic. In addition, we have an election. And there seems to be, for everybody in this country, a lot riding on this election. So 2020 holiday season is going to be more crazy than ever. So the month of November is an empath and highly sensitive person survival guide month. So week 1, part 1 is this week, and it's how do we start to rewrite the script, flip the script on our experience of the holidays for our lives? And the answer to that is we start to journal. The video is going to be up after this. I didn't hit my inspiration on how to do all this until this morning, actually late last night. So it's part 1 is journaling, and you want to write 3 full pages in your journal every day for the next 7 days, and basically track your history of the holidays, everything that's been good, everything that's been bad, who are the cast of characters that show up in your holiday Thanksgiving table and your holiday pageant. And you're really going to start to get out of your head and unconscious what you feel about the holidays. So journal that. The video will be up probably about 10 o'clock this morning, my time. And it's really going to help us start to get the past complete with the holidays and start to create a future of our own design moving forward. So that's the intention of the holiday survival guide. And the way you survive is to create the holidays the way you want to. And anyway, so that's that. I will, one announcement, and that announcement is on Wednesday. We have our extended messages service. It's where you can ask a question and receive a message from Spirit. We're offering that at 10:30 in the morning, my time, 4:30 in the afternoon, and then 7:30 in the evening, Pacific time. And the 10:30 in the morning should be about like 7:30 at night for South Africa and Europe. So I'm trying to get the services where it's about 7:30 in the evening. You'll have a 7:30 in the evening option, regardless of where you live. That's a requested $10 donation. So that's the announcements, and that's the introduction to our 2020 Holiday Survival Guide theme for November. So does anyone have a question for me about the church, what we're up to, your own spiritual growth and development, or anything else you would like to ask me about? Sylvia, yes, ma'am.
During the class, and in lesson 1, I have a question. Should I send it to you via that whatever page that is, or can I ask you now?
Ask me now is good.
Okay. You say something about affirmations, other men's writings or whatever it is, and I'm wondering what that's all about. Like I say I say 3 affirmations every day. The Great Invocation, the World Healing Affirmation, etc., etc. What's up with that?
Okay,
your take on affirmations, other than what you give us.
Affirmations are a first-person singular directive towards ourselves. And so I am well, I am happy, I am greatly loved, I am the one. Affirmations are a way to have our subconscious mind start to shift its perspective on things. They're extremely powerful, and what makes them extremely powerful is their simplicity. The problem I see that most people encounter with their affirmations is they don't evolve them. And what I mean by that is I draw a difference between an affirmation and a prayer. And a prayer sets an intention. An affirmation basically starts to reprogram your subconscious mind. And the main thing I see is people make their affirmations way too complicated. And so about the people who've known me for a long, long time know that I've struggled with overeating. I love me some food. I was born in the South. Paula Deen is one of my heroes. Her cooking, not some of her other stuff. And my grandmothers both felt that Paula Deen was a little bit shy with the butter from time to time. So I love food. So I've struggled with being overweight and my overeating for a long, long time. And what happens is if you're going to have an affirmation that supports your progress in an area. So if you want to talk about health and fitness, you want to talk about your weight, whatever it is, most of us will create an affirmation. And as we say that affirmation, there is a resistance in our subconscious mind that basically says the affirmation is not true.
Yeah.
And so as we are saying, so my affirmation started out on my health and well-being that I'm at 15% body fat. I weigh 220 pounds. So it was very specific, like some people say, it's got to be very specific in the now and time. And as I said those affirmations, there was resistance that came up in my subconscious mind. And that resistance in my subconscious mind became what I had to affirm away. Because that was the belief, that was a mindset, that was the dissonance in my own awareness that kept me from having whatever the affirmation was real. So when I say I'm greatly loved, being a person who is intolerant of myself and my own humanity, you can imagine what happens in my head about BS with I am greatly loved. And it wasn't until I evolved that from I am greatly loved to I am lovable, I am worthy of love, and I started to evolve my affirmations to address my own beliefs about myself. So now my affirmation for my health and well-being is I am healthy, lean, and fit. Because what happened is I was trained by overeaters to overeat. And I realized that I could do an unhealthy diet and lose weight. But losing weight's not what I wanted. I wanted to be healthy. So a healthy diet is not necessarily a diet that has you lose weight, although it really is. But in my mind, it didn't. So I evolved it took me a couple of years to evolve my physical well-being affirmation to I am healthy, lean, and fit. Because if I'm healthy, I'm eating healthy food, doing healthy things. If I'm lean, that means I'm not overeating. And if I'm fit, that means when I get to be 90 years old, I won't have a problem walking up and down stairs. So that addressed all of the things that I wanted to address in my intention moving forward for my goal. Most people, So I've spoken a lot, said a whole lot. I've spoken a lot of words and not said a whole lot. The key part about affirmations, they're first person singular about you to shift and change your beliefs and mindset to support whatever it is you want to bring about. And most people's affirmations I've experienced are more holistic in nature and not very specific, therapeutic, and prescriptive in nature for themselves. So with that big bunch of words, did I answer your question or did I just add confusion?
you to clear up what my concern is.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Absence healing. Our absence healing is an opportunity for us to send healing energy to those who could not be here with us today, friends and loved ones. There are 3 parts to the absence healing. The first part is yours, and what there is for you to do is to hold an image of whomever you would like to send a healing to in your mind's eye as though you're looking at a photograph. Once you do that, you want to hold that image for 1 minute. My job is to hold and project and provide the healing energy. It'll be very similar to the energy that we use during the guided healing visualization. And then in the opening prayer, I will invite our spirit guides and teachers to take the energy I project and send it to the people you are imaging for their highest and best good. I will turn on the timer so that I will provide the energy for 3 minutes, so you'll be able to send healing energy to 3 different people. So take a deep breath. I invite our spirit guides and teachers to step very close and to take these healing energies as projected and send them to those so imaged for their highest and best good, that they may experience health, harmony, complete peace of mind, and well-being. Spirit, we thank you for your assistance in sending these healing energies to those so imaged for their highest and best good. Amen. Alrighty, so that's our absence healing. It's now time for our messages service. And we'll offer each of you a message from our spirit guides and teachers for your highest and best good. The way it will work is I will come to you. When I come to you, I'm going to start from my left to right on the top, and it looks like Melanie, you're first this morning. So when I come to you, shake your head yes, you want a message. If for any reason you can't unmute or anything, you can, if you hover over the bottom, there's a chat icon. If you click the chat icon, you can type in yes to give me permission to touch your vibration. Our messages are given for your highest and best good. Sometimes information about the future comes up. If you receive information about the future, remember the future is not cast in stone. It's a possibility or a probability. And it is given to you so you will be forearmed and forewarned, so you can either take actions to bring something about or take actions to step around it. This is a public forum. So when I give you your message, it may be beneficial to more than one person. Many times Spirit will communicate in a way that will benefit more than one person. So if I'm giving a message to someone else and you like it, you're welcome to take it. They're not copyrighted, and they are for the highest and best good for all concerned. And the last thing, starting last week, I put, I've got a recording of the live services. So your messages, you can go to YouTube and find the service for today, and you'll find a link by your name with a timestamp. You can go and replay your message. I use first names. None of your images show up on here, so it's just my smiling face. But if you want to get a copy of your message, I think it's 5:30 today. I'm going to rebroadcast the live services. And after that, when the service is on YouTube, then you can go click on it and find your message if you would like to have it done that way. I don't think I've forgotten anything. So if you decide to go out and enjoy your Sunday, this first Sunday of November before the end, I want to thank you for joining us. Any donation or support or contribution you can make for us would be great. You can go to spirit360.org/donations. And remember that Wednesday we have our messages service the day after the election. And usually that's a day of relief for me, but I think it's just going to get more crazy the week or so after this election. So I'm not looking for any lessening of the craziness. So with all of that being said and me rambling way too much, Melanie, would you like a message? All right, so the first thing that I'm sharing is, this is coming from Nathan. He's on my left-hand side. He's kind of my companion guide, but also works with me in areas of healing. And he's wanting, pardon me, and Nathan is sharing with me there is he's reminding you there's a big difference between thinking about something and actually doing something. And there's something you've been thinking about doing for a while now that hasn't gotten to the action stage. And it's something that's like, he's not giving me any area of life this is applying to. And he wants you to consider really doing some deep journaling work about what has you hesitate doing this one thing you think you want to do. And because once you back up from the thinking about doing it and get ready to start doing it, 2 or 3 things, it's like you've been building this domino set with about 12 dominoes in it, and you keep on missing that first domino that when you push it, all the others fall into place. And this thing he's talking about is that first domino. And there's some barrier, there's some hesitation, there's some reason that you're thinking about that first domino rather than making that first domino available, putting it into place and pushing the trigger. And once you do that, what will happen is you will start a next level of understanding some of the things that bother you, specifically in the motives behind other people's actions. And I will bless you and leave you with that. And Beverly, you're next. Would you like a message?
Yes, please.
Okay. So this message is from Tao Chuan Ling, and he's showing a list, and it looks like your Christmas list of who all you are thinking about doing message or doing presents for. And he's showing me two names on the list that have like been on the list for a long, long time, but it just like gives you no joy, no satisfaction. As Marie Kondo would say, providing these people gifts sparks no joy for you. And he's reminding you that, give what you want to give. And if you don't want to give, don't give. And specifically in the area of how you share yourself with other people. Really allow yourself to give what you want the way you want and on your own terms. And if it doesn't spark joy, just take them off the list. And I will bless you and leave you with that. You're welcome. And Sylvia, would you like a message? I've got a bicycle, and the bicycle is in really good shape except for the tires are flat. And you're searching around for one of those bicycle foot pumps that kind of stands up, and the thing about it is you're trying to get this bicycle ready for someone else. And you're stressing out a lot about how to get this bicycle prepared for someone else while you're neglecting two things that are really important for you to do for yourself. So have a look around at your life. And if you're busy working on a project or thinking about or doing something for someone else that's distracting you from something. And here's the interesting thing. It's a feeling like this. The feeling is, it's like it would be really nice if I went and took a nice, long, hot bath and read a good book. But I got to go get these tires filled up for so-and-so. So you're not putting it's a feeling that something you want to do for yourself is not as productive or not as is too selfish, or not unselfish is a better way to say it, than helping this other person. So really look at an area in your life that you may be putting someone else's needs above your own, and allow yourself to take that nice hot bath, and read a book if that is something you're putting on the back burner. Because it's really a matter, especially going into the next couple of weeks, it's really a matter of making sure that your batteries are really charged and you're on your game, so to speak, to help bring about a couple of things that you really want to bring about, and express a couple of things you really want to express. Interesting about the bike. Anyway, I will bless you and leave you with that. And Lisa, would you like a message? Okay. So I don't know if this is metaphorical or not. I've got you going through a box, and in this box you find a Cheech and Chong album. And this is like vinyl. This isn't CD. This is an old album. And when you look at the cover, you kind of have this guilty pleasure at, even though there was so much bad and wrong and politically incorrect, just all of the reasons you shouldn't find joy at looking at a Cheech and Chong cover and remembering the fun that you had back when it was back when it was not socially unacceptable. Allow yourself to realize that many of the things, and this is again applying towards going into the holidays, many of the things that you think you have outgrown or you think you should have outgrown are really still needs within you. And that kind of infantile or 13-year-old humor sometimes is one of those things you really enjoy. And the difference is you may not have 2 or 3 people to listen to the album and giggle with, but that giggling and that kind of funniness and that sense of humor and those things within you that just really allow you to kind of let your hair down and be really silly is okay. And I will bless you and leave you with that. Now, I have to ask, were you a Cheech and Chong fan?
I was.
Okay.
And I do like the silliness, yes.
Yeah, so let your hair down. This really feels around work and some of the political things that are happening around work. So yeah, I will bless you and leave you with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Terry.
Hazel, would you like a message? Are you all settled in with your...
I'm getting there.
Yay.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have a fresh start in a new place.
Yes, it is.
So let's see. Okay, speaking about Paula Deen, I've got a recipe box, and this is the old time metal 3x5 recipe card box. And when you open this thing, every card in there is yellow because it's so old. And as you flip through these recipes, each recipe, each card has a separate memory. It has a separate feeling to it. It has a separate experience. And this is my interpretation. So this is my interpretation of what I'm feeling. There are certain memories that I had with my grandmother that I'm getting a feeling of. It's like a cherished experience. And as you are going through this next, between now and the first part of the year, this is from Tao Chuan Ling, and Tao Chuan Ling really wants you to start to categorize several of the experiences and feelings that you cherish. He's not showing me the why that's important. But there is the word he wants me to use is authenticity. And it appears that around you will be people who are not completely being authentic in how and what they're thinking about bringing about. And what that is kind of an abstraction, but okay, thank you. He says, sometimes you try to think too much. He says there's some people that are many times doing the right things, but for the wrong reasons. They do things because they think they're right, rather than because it's an authentic expression. And as he showed me these recipe cards, each one of those was cherished because it was an authentic expression of something that was joyful in whomever you got each recipe from. And there's an opportunity for you to really connect deeply with the reasons behind the reasons you do what it is you enjoy doing, which will help demonstrate or illustrate for others that authentic connection with a source, rather than just the going through the motions. Because you can make biscuits, but then you can make biscuits with love. And the biscuits with love every time will taste better than the ones made by the biscuit factory. And I hope that means something to you, but I'm going to bless you and leave you with it.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. And Robin, would you like a message? All right, so the gentleman who trained me and whose organization I was ordained through, his name Gene. And Gene is showing you with a list, and it's a quite extensive list of things that need to, have to, and should be done. And what he wants you to do, especially the next 14 days, the next 2 weeks, is he really wants you to put double effort on prioritizing what needs to be done than cutting the list in half. So if there's 100 things on the list, really look at the top 10 or 15 that need to be done that will get you the most bang for your buck, and highlight and focus those. Because what's happening is, and this is the feeling he's showing me, is all of the doingness around the list is like just making the snowball bigger. So it's almost like the more you do, the more you have to do. And in this case, he really wants you to not worry about how many things you get done, but getting the 2, 3, 4, or 5 things that will make the biggest difference to accomplish what it is you want to bring about done. And he's saying that by doing so, your 2021 starts the way you want it to, if you put this focused effort, especially the next 2 weeks, on getting done, highly prioritizing what gets done. And I will bless you and leave you with that. Wanda, would you like a message? You have to shake your head yes or unmute. Excellent. All right. All right. The message is from Nathan. Nathan stands on my left. He's a Caucasian male. He wears kind of a black suit with a white shirt. Looks kind of like Men in Black. And he is showing you building a brick wall. And it's the red bricks like are on the side of a house, but you're building a regular wall out of it. And about halfway through building the wall, you kind of have this idea that maybe you would be better off using these bricks to make like a brick barbecue. And what Nathan is wanting you to remember is the reason you started building the brick wall in the first place. And even though you have these bricks and you can do anything you want with them, there was something very specific you had in mind when you started this project. And he wants you to remember why you started the project in the first place. And this has to do with your own spiritual growth and development, as well as some of the people you've connected with and reconnected with since you've been back in California. Really get grounded in the reason why you came back to California, what you intended to accomplish, and more importantly, to not be distracted from that intention and that purpose. The resources are there, and you have plenty of resources to accomplish what you want to accomplish if you use them as you intended to. If you start to change your mind midstream, then things become a little bit less certain about the final outcome you want to bring about. And I will bless you and leave you with that. Good. Jamila, would you like a message? I've got you with a small box, and this small box has those little packets of seeds in them, like you see kind of on the display rack in at the end of Home Depot and stuff like that. It's got a picture of the plant on it, and it's got the seeds inside. And you're thumbing through this box, and you're trying to see what seeds you have that you can plant this time of year that will work. Pardon me. Trying to see what seeds you can plant that will work this time of year. And, so you're going through there. I got some beets, I got some spinach, I got some other stuff I don't really recognize. But what's interesting is right next to a bed, it looks like it's a raised bed, there's a greenhouse. And it's like you planned a long time ago this greenhouse, and you've got some resources available to you which you've kind of forgotten about, and you don't really keep in the foreground of your planning. And with the greenhouse, it extends the options of what you've got available to you. So take a look around at things in your life right now and resources where it feels like you're kind of constrained, which means, you're kind of thinking, well, it's November, so all I can plan is this, or this. And if you step back a little bit and really look at everything available to you, you will see that the constraints are not as narrow as you thought they were. This feels like it's in the realm of family and very close personal relationships. And I will bless you and leave you with that. And Claudia, would you like a message? Okay. Okay, so this comes from Tao Chuan Ling, and Tao Chuan Ling is sharing an image of you, and you've got not the little tiny Post-it notes, but the medium-sized Post-it notes, and you've got a Post-it note, and you're writing on the front, and you're flipping it over, writing on the back, then you're flipping it back over, and you're kind of writing in this corner. So you're trying to use every usable millimeter on this Post-it note. But while you're doing so, you're kind of losing track of what all has been written on there before. And Tao Chuan Ling wants you to put away in a small box all the stuff from the past and get a brand new journal, a brand new notebook, a brand new chapter, if you will, and start fresh with exactly what you want to bring about. And what I mean by that is he doesn't want you to lose track of all the stuff on these little scraps of paper and all this stuff you've organized before now. But he really wants you to start creating actively and proactively what you want to bring about for 2021. And especially with some of the moves and things you're pondering and thinking about, it's like you keep on writing down these little notes, but they're not created into a plan. And this is for your own personal self, your own personal development, your own personal satisfaction and direction you want to go next. Start clean, start new, and get it out of your head and onto paper. And then you can start to organize it a little bit more and start to craft it into a narrative that you can fulfill and bring about what you want in 2020. And I will bless you, or 2021, and I will bless you and leave you at that. Albert, you're next. Would you like a message, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, NASA guy is standing very close to you, and he's got tucked into his shirt pocket, which is interesting because he's got the pocket protector, but behind the pocket protector he's got a cassette plate, a cassette tape, just a normal cassette tape that goes in a cassette tape player. And as you look at this cassette tape, it has been used and recorded over a whole bunch of times. And because it's been used and recorded over so many times, the quality is starting to get staticky and the quality is starting to get a little bit, the quality is dropping. And he is reminding you that you have many resources that are more advanced than this cassette tape. And he reminds you that the digital resources don't wear out like the analog resources do. So he wants you to really look back at some place where you haven't upgraded your technology and your own thinking and in your own awareness, and find what the new technology is to replace the old, because you will find that you get a much better result when you upgrade the technology. And you won't have to worry about recycling something at a cost of quality. This has to do with two areas of your life, and this is interesting. This one is around health and well-being, but one is also around finances and wealth management. And I will bless you and leave you at that. And is Hanna still around there?
Yes, I'm here.
There she is. Would you like a message?
I was on the phone, and I was trying first time on the phone, but now I'm on the computer. Okay, yes.
Okay, excellent. I was wondering if that was you. I saw the 760 number come in.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see. I've got you at Costco. And at Costco, there's this little box of organic spinach right next to this big bag of non-organic spinach. And the non-organic spinach is it's like 3 times as much spinach, about the same price as the organic. And you're looking at this and you're planning a meal for other people. And it's interesting because when you're looking at this, if you were going to buy this for yourself, it's like you would tend to just buy the regular spinach and not worry about the organic. But you're going to buy this for other people, so you're thinking about you should buy the organic because you should buy the organic. But not because you believe the organic's better, because you believe if someone asks you about the spinach, it will sound better if you say that it's organic. So you got a situation in your life, and this feels very much to do with family and close people to you, that you're more worried about what they think about how you do things rather than what is really important to you. And especially going into the holiday season, it's important that you really allow yourself to be you and do what you want to do, because that's what you do, with no regard to what other people are going to think about it. Because there's two specific things you want to accomplish between now and the new year, which will not be accomplished if you're worried about what other people think. And I will bless you and leave you with that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And next I've got Shelia. Shelia, would you like a message?
Yes, please.
Excellent. And where are you from, Shelia?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Excellent. How are things over on that side of the country?
Nice.
Excellent. So are the leaves turning yet?
They're turning beautiful golds and browns. Yes, sir.
Excellent. That's one of the things I miss about back east is in California, we don't have a change of seasons. So the leaves will drop, but they just go from like green to brown, and then they drop, and they're not very pretty at all. So.
Yes, sir.
Sir, oh no, that's my dad. Sorry. All right, would you like a message?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you ever do any fishing?
No, sir.
Okay. So this is interesting. I've got Nathan is my companion guide / he works with me on healing. And do you know what a trot line is?
No.
Okay. So it's a line you put out in the water, and basically it's got like a bunch of hooks, and you leave it in the water overnight and you see what you catch.
Uh-huh.
So usually you set them on a boat, and you take the boat out, you set them, and the next day you go back and you see what you catch. And what's interesting is you've done a beautiful job of setting out this tool. And he wants me to use the word tool. You've got the right number of hooks, you got the right size of hooks, you got the right bait on the hooks. Everything is done impeccably. But as you're pulling up this trot line, every fish is not usable because it's got a bite taken out of it, because a turtle came up and attacked what's on the line. And the reason you're getting this message right now, and especially going into the next 2 to 3 weeks, you've got several situations around you in your life where you are going to do everything exactly the way it needs to be done. But some outside influence is going to mess with the work you're trying to get done. And what that means is it's not within your control. And we have a saying that we bless and leave things as they are. So do the things the very best way you can. Pardon me just a second. I'm having some sinus issues today. So you're going to do things exactly the way you need to do them, and you know that they're right, and the outcome is probably not going to go the way you want it to. Don't get discouraged, because you know that you've done the very best you can do. And then wash your hands, bless and leave it, because other people are involved and have a say-so, and you're not going to be able to influence or change them or how it's going to happen. Just like the turtle keeps on messing the fish you caught in the trot line. So allow yourself just to be okay with it. Take a deep breath. Okay. And Nathan reminds you that, and I'm not a Bible scholar, but somewhere there is a quote in the Bible about casting pearls before swine. You can cast all the pearls you want, but you can't control the swine.
Right.
And I will bless you and leave you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck with things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Oscar, I've got you next. Would you like a message, sir?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Excellent. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
Do you ever go to Las Vegas? Do you ever do any kind of gambling?
No, sir.
Okay.
Never have.
Are you familiar with the game roulette?
Not really. I know what it is, but I never know. I don't know.
Okay.
I never played it. Yeah.
That's the one where it spins around in a circle, and that's the one James Bond always used to bet the same number all the time.
Yes, I know what it is, but I just don't know much how it's played.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's a very good game for new people who are learning to be psychics and mediums to play, because it's got a few different ways you can bet on it. And I've got you standing there, and you've got a pile of money. And as you look at the roulette table, in your brain it says, put the money on red. But there's another little voice right behind you in the back of your head that says, no, black. So your brain says red, and then this other little voice in the back of your mind says, no, black. And what's interesting is, in your heart of hearts, in that part of yourself that is very intuitive and very knows what's going to happen next, you know that the voice in the back of your head that says no, black is the right one. But there's a person next to you that's saying put it on red. So now you've got a dilemma. Your intuition, you know that you should put it on black, but someone else wants you to put it on red. And so you kind of get this, you're kind of torn between what you know feels right and what the other people want you to do. And specifically going into the next 2 to 3 weeks, I want you to keep a journal and keep a record of every time something like this happens. In your heart, you know you should put the money on black, but other people or parts of your head say, no, put it on red. Because what we need to do is, I need you, especially going into the next 2 to 3 weeks, to start to trust the part of your brain that says no, black. Because you got a situation coming up towards the end of the month. I'd say probably around the 20th of the month. So it's before the Thanksgiving holiday. And it's going to be really important that you listen to your own intuition in the circumstance. This feels to be in the realm of business or vocation or your work or your career. And everything's going to tell you to go one way, but there's going to be this little voice in the back of your head that says no, black. And we want you to be able to dial into that knowing, trust it. So when you have to tell other people, no, I'm not going to bet on red, I'm going to bet on black because it feels right, that you know that's the right thing for you to do. So keep a little journal and start to keep a list of these little counterintuitive or intuitive messages that are counterinstinctual. So when it comes time in 2 to 3 weeks, you'll it'll be more easy for you to trust that no black to do what you need to do.
Awesome. Thank you. Will do.
All right, my pleasure. And I bless you and leave you with that. I think everyone has received a message. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up with our closing prayer, and then I'll check in with Catherine one more time. So allow yourself to get comfortable. And as you get comfortable, I want you to imagine that it's next Sunday, 1 week from today. And there is something you want to bring about, something you want to accomplish, and that something has been accomplished. What does it feel like showing up here next Sunday, meeting with our small but growing community, having accomplished that? It could be that you meditate every day. It could be that you do your healing. It could be you get that new little gizmo or gadget you want, or you've connected with someone. Whatever it is you want to bring about in this next week, imagine that it's happened when we meet next Sunday. What's that experience? What's that expression? Expressed as a way of being accomplished, being happy, being fulfilled, being satisfied, being loved. And that beingness is the essence of what we want to hold this week as the context for our actions. So everything we do from that place of being as you show up here next week, having accomplished what it is you want to bring about. And as we take our steps this next week, I invite our spirit guides and teachers to step very close to us and to assist us in maintaining this beingness, that we open our eyes, that we see things as they truly are. Open our ears that we may comprehend and understand what's being communicated. Open our minds that we may perceive those things spiritual and our next best step as we walk our paths. But most importantly, open our hearts that we give and receive love freely, not only with ourselves, but with those we encounter. Finding one thing to fall in love with each person we connect with. And in that space, that beingness of accomplishment, or whatever your experience is, knowing that indeed we are masters of creating what it is we want to bring about, and do so for our highest and best good and those around us. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, my highest blessings to each of you. Thank you for joining us. Catherine, you want to try one more time, or I feel bad, but I don't know what's going on. So if you want to shoot me an email, you can shoot it to terry@spirit360.org and let me know if you're having technical difficulties, or if you just prefer not to have a message. So whatever you prefer, I honor that, and I want to support you the best way I can. And with having said all that, my highest blessings, everyone. I love you each, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Stay safe during this crazy week. And I hope the results happen the way you want them to this week. Bye-bye, everyone.